multi-step problem solving, not just formulas and final answers. Guiding us once again is the brilliant Mr. Neelmani Srivastava, NMS Sir, IIT Kanpur alumnus and founder of ISAC with 18 plus years of experience and a proven track record, 50 plus students in top 100 All India ranks and 500 plus in top 500. His smart CBSE aligned teaching makes tough math easy, from calculus to application based questions. So get ready to master it all. But before we hand it over to him, here's a quick reminder about the board prep quiz. So first, you must register for each webinar to be able to take part in the quizzes. There will be 11 quizzes in total, and each quiz will be announced at the end of its respective session. The quizzes will open tomorrow at 10 a.m. and you can attempt them anytime until September 30th at 10 a.m. You can take part in as many quizzes as you want based on your subjects and your stream. Each quiz has 30 questions and they are designed to test not just what you know, but how well you apply it. And yes, the exciting part. Top 3 scorers in every quiz win Amazon vouchers worth up to rupees 3,000. And the winners will be announced in part 2 of this series during the sessions on November 6th and 7th. So just a few housekeeping reminders before we begin. All participants will remain muted throughout the session. Keep a pen and paper handy to take important notes. The chat box will be enabled during the Q&A and when the speaker opens the floor for interaction. And yes, by participating in quizzes, you stand a chance to win Amazon vouchers worth up to rupees 33,000 in total. So get ready and over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, Bacho. Am I audible and visible? Please say yes if you find me audible and visible. You have to say yes, otherwise I will not start this. So you have to say yes if you find me audible and visible. Then only I will know that you guys are listening to me. Say yes. Okay. You start this. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about mathematics. It is my first love. Even I'm a physics educator for IIT and NEET in Kota. I'm the founder of ISAC Learning, and I am doing this for last 20 years after graduating from IIT Kanpur, as ma'am has already mentioned. So mathematics was my first love because I know without mathematics, without understanding of mathematics, you cannot do anything in science and technology. Even you want to be a good doctor, you want to be a good researcher, you want to do something well in financial businesses, you have to be good in mathematics. Without mathematics, nothing can be done. You can be anything. You can be artist without mathematics, of course, but you need a little bit of mathematics there. You have seen multiple times in shorts and reels that people used to come and ask a very stupid question, such as what is half of 60 to person who is already graduate and perhaps might have a science background, but he or she is not able to answer that stupid question. I don't know this is scripted or what, but people are not able to answer this question. I know for sure that this is the case for general people. Here in Kota, when I teach, I always find, even in science, that students used to complain about it, that, sir, I am able to understand the theory of physics, but are not able to solve questions because they are not able to apply mathematics. Because mathematics is a language of science. Mathematics is completely a language of science. It is an intellectual language of science. 90% students cannot solve proper unitary method question. If I ask a simple question, for example, that at this point, this is 5 meter long. Temperature at this point is 5 degrees Celsius, and temperature at this point is 100 degrees Celsius. What at a distance x, if I want to find out the temperature at this point, people are not able to solve this question. This is the question which they are studying in different form from class 6th. It is a question of unitary method. It is a question of the basic linear change. But still they are unable to solve this question because they have mugged up mathematics also. This is insane. How somebody can mug up mathematics? Mathematics is a subject of understanding and pattern recognition. And this will definitely work for those students who has an analytical mindset. And even after introducing CBQ question, I'm not saying there is going to be big change in board examination. Question will be slightly tougher. That is okay. But you cannot solve standard board questions also if you don't understand mathematics. By mugging up, you cannot solve this question. You can solve only those questions which are exactly same as it was previously asked question. But you can excel in mathematics only if you practice it, you understand the concept, why it is happening. You have to understand that in 5 meters, the temperature has changed by 95. So in 1 meter, temperature will be changed by 95 by 5. Yeah, it means 19. So in x distance, temperature 95 by 5, it means for every meter, temperature is changes by 19 degree. So in x meter, temperature will change by 19x. So the temperature of this point will be 5 plus 19x because it has changed by 19x. So this would be the answer. This would be the answer of this question, 5 plus 19. This is a basic unitary method. People mess up with this. The reason they mug up mathematics. And mathematics is a subject which has its own attitude. Mathematics will come to you only if you love it. प्यार का भूखा है mathematics. If you will love mathematics, mathematics will come to you. It will give everything to you. It will help you in science. It will help you in finances. It will help you in accounts. It will help you everywhere. If you're not good in mathematics, for example, a simple example I'll take. Bank A is giving me 10% of simple interest. And Bank B is giving me 5% of compound interest. And if I want to deposit 10,000 rupees for 10 years, which is better? Forget this. If I give you hundreds of crore rupees after 3 years, one promise is that I'll give you 100 crore rupees. And if another promise is this, I'll give you 1,000 rupees first month, second month 2,000 rupees, and third month 4,000 rupees, and so on and so on. Which deal you will accept? After 3 years, I'll give you 100 CR, or I'll give you 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000 rupees every month for 3 years. You will not get chance to ask anybody, please help me. You have to answer yourself. If you're not good in mathematics, you don't understand this, then you cannot, you will see, oh, 100 CR is a lot of money. But believe me, this is far more than that. Euler becomes scientist. Have you ever seen this symbol E? Euler was a mathematician as well as a scientist also. mathematician mainly. He has given this E. E is also a result of compound interest. He thought of a bank which is compounding interest every microsecond. And on the basis of this, he has talked about a largest possible number, and that was E. If you get 100%, but it is counted every microsecond, smallest possible time, using calculus. So mathematics is a very, very beautiful subject. I can talk about mathematics for hours and hours. But first of all, you have to understand that mathematics cannot come to you if you don't love it. Start loving it. Start spending time with it. You have to spend time. In any relation, you have to spend time. If you won't spend time, then relation will not work. So you have to spend time with your mathematics if you want to develop a good relation with mathematics. You want to excel in mathematics. If you want to do wonders in mathematics, you have to love it. So we are very much focused about this board examination that we are going to crack. We have to score good marks. Even there will be questions of JEE mains and NEET type of questions will be there because of new education policy and new course framework. So start understanding better. It is also a subject of understanding. Somebody says it is a subject of practice. Yes, it is a subject of practice. I'm not denying it, because pattern recognition will come when you go through multiple patterns. But most important thing is understanding the meaning. Can any of you tell me why the derivative of sin x? Let me talk to you. Why the derivative of sin x? Derivative of sin x, d by dx of sin x is cos x. Why the hell this derivative of sin x is cos x? Who told us derivative of sin x? तुमने मग लिया. You just mugged up derivative of sin x is cos x. And if you mugged up derivative of sin x is cos x, just to pass examination, you are not going to pass any examination. Believe me. I'm sorry to say that, but you're not going to pass an examination. You have to understand the meaning of this derivative. You have to understand how the hell somebody knows the derivative of sin x is cos x. You have to understand the meaning of continuity. You have to understand the meaning of differentiability. You have to understand the meaning of integration. You have to understand the meaning of binomial theorem. You have to understand the concepts of probability. What is the probability that the grass outside my house is green? If you want to understand probability, then you'll always say half, because either it is grass is green or not. What is the probability that you are a boy? What is the probability that you are a girl? You'll say half. No, it is not half. You know that you're a boy or girl. You know yourself, you're a boy or girl. So you have to understand the word used in probability. It has to be equally likely. You have to understand the words when you are going to check all the possible cases. It has to be exclusive and exhaustive. You have to understand the meaning. What is the meaning of exclusive? What is the meaning of exhaustive? You have to understand what does infinity mean. Tell me 0 by 0, for example. Tell me if I ask you limit x tending to 0, there is a number x. Limit t tending to 0, there is a number t. What will be the value of x tending to 0, t tending to 0, x by t? What is the value of x by t? Apparently, if you put x equal to 0, t equal to 0, you will not get nothing, because 0 by 0 is not defined in mathematics. But you have to understand the order of smallness. You have to understand the meaning of order of infinity. You have to understand the meaning of order of 0. For example, if I say y is equal to 1 by x, Y is equal to 1 by x. And I'm taking x from 0 to 1, belonging 0 to 1. And you'll get, that means y belongs to 1 to infinity. And you will get a unique y for every x. Or you will get unique x for every y. It means it is a 1, 1 and onto function. It is a 1, 1 and onto function. And in 1, 1 and onto function, you have read that number of elements in domain must be equal to number of elements in codomain. I hope you understand mathematics. Then only I can talk to you about mathematics. How can I talk to you about mathematics if you don't understand mathematics? I cannot talk to a person who does not understand Hindi and English. Whatever I'll say, he will not understand. Obviously, I am assuming that you understand because it's a mathematics workshop. We want to excel in mathematics. We want to do wonders in mathematics. We want to perform well in our exam in mathematics. So we have to understand the language of mathematics. So if these two, y equal to 1 by x, x belong to 0 to 1, y belong to 1 to infinity. It is a 1, 1 and onto function. It means number of elements in 0 to 1 is number of elements is 1 to infinity. It means जितने number 0 से 1 में है, उतने ही number 1 से infinity में है. पर इतना तो मुझे पता है कि जितने नंबर 0 से 1 में है, उतने नंबर 1 से 2 में भी होंगे. और ये कह रहा है जितने नंबर 0 से 1 में है उतने ही नंबर 1 से इंफिनिटी में है और उतने ही नंबर 1 से 2 में है. इसका मतलब क्या 2 to infinity there is no number. If 0 to 1 has the number of numbers equal to number of numbers from 0 to 1 and 1 to infinity, 1 to 2 and number of numbers in 1 to infinity, that means 2 to infinity there is no number. What sorcery is this? What nonsense is this? Because whenever you have read कि 1, 1, 1 and onto functions में number of elements in domain and codomain must be same, but there is an important point. If both contains limited numbers, it is not true for infinity. Infinity does not work in the same way as the normal addition. Infinity plus infinity is infinity. It is not to infinity. It is not to infinity. It is infinity itself. Infinity into infinity is not infinity square. It is infinity itself. So you have to understand the meaning of infinity. You have to understand the meaning of infinitesimal. You won't believe. I hope all of you know. You must be knowing this. When Newton want to explain law of gravitation, how our planets revolve around the sun, how acceleration work, how force work. Before saying all these things, what he understood, he developed calculus, which was already being developed, but he developed calculus completely because then only he can speak. If I don't have word, for example, I cannot speak. I cannot tell you what is the color of this. If I'm blind, I cannot tell you. We have to have a common language. So first of all, he developed mathematics, calculus. And calculus is the integral part of mathematics, the most important part of mathematics. It's the basics of higher mathematics. You can never enter in the domain of mathematics if you don't know calculus. And it is in 12th class. And if you know calculus, you can do wonders in every part of mathematics because you understand calculus, because there are very, very important points there. They are very proper definitions. Everything is quietly defined in mathematics. And you have to understand each and every word carefully. Ask your teacher 100 times that what is the meaning of this, why it is written this, why it is not written this. Whatever you are saying is not matching here. You are saying it differently in your language, but in the statement it is something else. Am I understanding it wrongly, or you are telling me wrongly? Please explain. Just argue. I'm not saying that you have to go against your teacher. I'm just saying that you have to ask your doubts. Believe me, if you are not selfish and you don't want to ask your doubt, and if you are not besharam, shameless, You can never learn maths. You have to be very rude. You have to be shameless. You have to be selfish if you want to learn maths. Because you need to know everything. Why it is nothing is in mathematics. If you leave the starting assumptions, nothing in mathematics is exceptional because we have made it. So if we have made it, we will make it with the logics what we understand. There is nothing hidden in mathematics because we are developing mathematics. We ourselves developed mathematics, so there is nothing hidden in this. Everything is logical. Everything is logical in mathematics. If everything is logical in mathematics, try to explore it better. If you want to excel in this. And how you will explore? You will explore it by understanding definitions, derivations, properties, theorems. First of all, you have to understand them well. And then when you have all the weapons with you, you start practicing it. You have to solve multiple questions. And if you solve multiple questions, you will come to know that these are the points where I do lag. I cannot solve these questions. Then practice it and understand and see the solution, ask the solution and understand and don't repeat the mistake again. There are multiple tricks, there are multiple patterns. People sometimes realize this, this is sometimes some intelligent guy have seen this pattern and he then threw it to public. Then public will know this is how mathematics is growing. Wow, this is a wonderful proof. Nobody has thought in this manner. I was talking about the scientist Euler. You know the greatest of all time. GOAT in your language. Euler was GOAT. You must have known this identity, e to the power iota pi plus 1 is equal to 0. Some combination of random, rational, irrational, imaginary numbers equate 1. Added with 1 gives 0. This is a very, very prestigious equation in world of mathematics. Euler has talked about this. Euler has proved so many theorems which nobody can dare because he was completely into it. Archimedes was mathematician. You might have heard his name only for the buoyancy force, but he was a mathematician. I know one story about Archimedes. He was a mathematician who was good in geometry. He was killed by a soldier at the time he was solving a question because he was solving a question on the front yard of his home on the floor. He was trying to solve something and a soldier came and he said, go away from here, I'm trying to solve this question. And soldier killed him. This much passion is required if you want to excel in mathematics. First of all, you have to start loving it. Without love, mathematics cannot be yours. प्यार की भूखी है मैथ्स प्यार की भूखी है. अगर आपका प्यार उसको मिलेगा तो मैथ्स बढ़िया करेगी. अगर आपका प्यार उसको नहीं मिलेगा तो मैथ्स बढ़िया नहीं करेगी. So now we talk about some standard tactics because you cannot spend the whole life in mathematics because this is a very competitive world. You have to make yourself employable. The first thing of education right now, the first foremost reason why we get educated in school is to be employable. So you have to do a little bit of mechanical also. You have to be very specific. You not only mathematics, you have to understand how to utilize your time, how much time you have to spend in mathematics, because excess of anything is bad. Because we are interested in a school education system, we want to make you self-dependent. We want to make you a person who can make his life worthy, who can definitely earn this much amount of resources so that he can survive in this world. This is the first and foremost thing. After that, everything will come. Sometimes some people are mad and they get into this. Yes, there are people. We need those kind of people also, but everybody is not like them. I and you are a very common person, and we have to be sorted also at the same time. So you have to prioritize everything. You have to break your target. You just take small targets. And one more thing I want to tell you, human brain can be trained. And it's a very important point I want to mention, because this is how our brain works. If there is a deadline of 3 days for any work, you will finish in 3 days. If the same work is given to you with the deadline of 3 hours, you will finish it in 3 hours also. Believe me. You might have experienced this. So when you are setting your weekly targets, just push a little harder. Just don't be, just be rude with yourself. Don't give easy target to yourself. Give difficult targets. If you think that you can do this much work in 1 week, if you think this much work you can do in 1 week, take 150% of that work. I have to complete this. Believe me, slowly your brain will be trained to complete that work in that much time only. This is the power. This is the power of human brain. जितना टाइम दिया जाएगा उतने में कर देता है भाई. If you give me some work and give me 5 hours, I'll do it in 5 hours. If you give me some work for 10 days, I'll do it in 10 days. पुश करना पड़ेगा. हो सकता है कि इनिशियली आप 150% आपने किया, आपने कहा यार 100, मन में तो पता होना चाहिए ना कि यार मैंने 120 कर दिया, पूरा नहीं कर पाया, और 100 की जगह मैं 100 सोच रहा था, मैंने 120 कर दिया. कई बार कोई फोर्सफुली, आप जनरली नॉर्मल पुशअप करते हो अगर, तो आप 10 पुशअप कर सकते हो. किसी ने चैलेंज कर दिया तो उस दिन आपने पूरी ताकत लगाई तो 12-15 भी कर जाते हैं. इज्जत में तो इज्जत अपने साथ खेल लो यार. Just play it with yourself कि I have to complete this work. And solve random problems also. This is a very, very important exercise. Random problems. Mixed concept problem. एक मिक्स प्रॉब्लम अगर आपने अच्छे से सॉल्व किया, आप मानिए कि 100 एक जैसी स्टैंडर्ड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के बराबर औकात रखता है. एक अननोन मिक्स्ड प्रॉब्लम किया, बिकॉज समटाइम्स व्हेन यू आर सॉल्विंग अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ definite integration, you already know that it is definite integration. And sometimes you're solving indefinite integration, you know this is a question of indefinite integration. But if you solve any random question from PYQ of JE and J advanced, it is not written, it is from this topic. Yeah, or you have to do this. You have to think in this manner. And there will be concept mixed. There will be some concept mixed with integration and probability. And if you could solve that question, believe me, brain will definitely, you yourself will try or not, some part of brain will give an award to the other part of brain who has solved this. And this award system will definitely help the brain. उसने कहा मजा ही आ गया, मेरे को बहुत इज्जत मिली, मजा आ गया, और वो अगली बार और अच्छा परफॉर्म करेगा. And this is why you have to keep challenging yourself with these kind of questions. Give 10 to 15 questions, odd questions, different concepts, different fundamentals जो आपने पढ़ रखे हैं, of course, उनको मिला जुला के सवाल करने की कोशिश करिए. And इसको ढूंढे कहां से मिक्स प्रॉब्लम? You can solve PYQs of JE and NEET, JE and main and advanced. बिल्कुल. कई बार क्या होता है कि हम मैथ्स में वो सवाल ज्यादा सॉल्व करने लगते हैं जिनके सवाल हमसे बन रहे हैं. जो सवाल हमसे बन रहे हैं वो हम ज्यादा सॉल्व करते हैं. ये बहुत गंदी आदत है. हमें लगता है कि हमारा टाइम भी चल रहा है, हमारा काम भी हो रहा है, हमें मजा भी आ रहा है, हम सॉल्व भी कर रहे हैं, वही पार्ट करे जा रहे हैं. पर इतना भी नहीं है कि अब एकदम आपको लगा कि भैया मैं अलजेब्रा का ये बायनोमियल के सारे सवाल मुझसे हो जाते हैं, मैं बायनोमियल करता जा रहा हूं. घर वाले जब भी कहते हैं बायनोमियल लगाता रहता हूं, खुश हूं बहुत. और वेक्टर 3D दिखता भी नहीं है मुझे, बट हो करना तो पड़ेगा पूरा ही भाई. तो यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन every part. You have to prioritize. Priority is not to be the master of Boolean, master of binomial theorem. You have to be excel in every part of mathematics. If you have to excel in every part of mathematics, you have to focus on calculus, algebra, vector, 3D. हाँ, थोड़ा चीट कर सकते हैं कि जो ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि एडवांटेज मिलता है। चीट करना बहुत अच्छी बात है, ये भी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है। जो आता है ना अच्छे से, उसको थोड़ा ज्यादा लगाना भी चाहिए, पर बहुत ज्यादा नहीं लगाना चाहिए। थोड़ा इसलिए ज्यादा लगाना चाहिए ताकि आपको वो मिलता रहे सुकून कि हाँ, होते तो हैं, होते तो हैं, होते तो हैं सवाल। आई कैन सॉल्व दीज क्वेश्चन। बट कैलकुलस इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट, अलजेब्रा इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट। कैलकुलस एंड अलजेब्रा को पे तो बहुत फोकस करना है बच्चे, बिकॉज पूरी की पूरी जेई मेंस और एडवांस में अगर आप मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द क्वेश्चन देखेंगे तो वो कैलकुलस और अलजेब्रा के ही होते हैं। एंड इवन इन बोर्ड्स आल्सो। समझ समझ के करिए, हर बात को समझिए, हर क्वेश्चन से कुछ सीखिए। हर वो क्वेश्चन जो आप देखिए, एक आदत डालिए, आदत डालिए, जो क्वेश्चन आपसे सॉल्व ना हो उनमें लिखिए कि व्हाट इज गिवन, व्हाट इज टू फाइंड आउट, टू फाइंड दैट, एंड व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग, एंड व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग, राइट दिस थिंग, कि मेरे को तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि इस सवाल को ऐसे अटेम्प्ट करना चाहिए, ऐसे ट्राई करना चाहिए, क्या मैं ये, फिर जाके किसी से कंसल्ट करिए, अपने टीचर से बात करिए कि हाँ सर, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए था, मैंने ऐसे किया, ये लिखा था, ये दिया था, मैंने एक बार ऐसे सवाल किए थे, तो इसमें मैं ये ट्राई कर रहा हूं। सर ने कहा नहीं बेटा, इसमें ये ट्राई करके देखो, उससे आपका हो गया तो आपके दिमाग में अब बैठना चाहिए कि यार ये चीज सोच मुझे नहीं आई थी। फिर उस क्वेश्चन को दोबारा घर पे सॉल्व करना चाहिए, और कम से कम एक दो लाइनें उसको लिखनी चाहिए वहां पर कि यस, दिस इज द न्यू थिंग आई लर्न एंड आई विल कीप दिस थिंग इन माई माइंड। Keep saying to yourself, I'll keep this thing in mind, will definitely help you to keep that thing in mind. So you have to say yourself, you have to say to yourself that I want to keep this thing in my mind. You have to keep saying this to yourself. This looks complex. There are two methods. There are two methods in solving mathematical questions. One is called top down, is a scientific method. Another is bottom up. Bottom up. Top down means you know that what result you are interested in and try to figure out that result. Try to figure out that result. उसके लिए क्या चाहिए, उसके लिए क्या चाहिए, उसके लिए क्या चाहिए, and just go to the bottom of this. Top down. And once you read this question and you know कि इसका fundamental क्या है, what is the fundamental concept used in this, and then you proceed further and you reach to your result, it is called bottom up. You will start from the bottom and go to the up, or you will start from the top, and different type of questions need different kind of strategies in mathematics. For example, if you talk about any question of differential equation, then you have to choose the approach of bottom up. What is the fundamental thing written, and then you will reach your answer. And if you're trying to solve a question of probability, then you must know what is the main agenda, what I need to find out, and then you'll go to down. So there are different aspects of physics, mathematics, in which some of the part you will have to apply top-down approach, and in some of the cases you have to apply bottom approach. This is main tip actually. वही नोन अननोन को जानना, वो सब कहने का तरीका है, बट मेनली आपको टॉप डाउन और बॉटम अप अप्रोच को समझना पड़ेगा. Then only you can excel in this. हाँ, in board examination, when you are going to write in board examination, this is very, very important. For example, if, as I asked you this question, what is temperature at this point, I can write this answer 5 plus 19x is the correct answer. But in board examination, you cannot write the answer 5 plus 19x is itna, itna, itna. You have to write the proper steps. First of all, you have to believe that the examiner who is checking your notebook is not that intelligent as you are. So explain whatever is written, whatever you are doing, explain it to him कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो और क्यों कर रहे हो, ऐसा मान लो. ऐसे मान के चलो ना, ईगो मसाज करो अपना. Just do your ego massage. कि the person who is going to check your answer sheet is not smart enough. I have to tell me why I am doing what I am doing. This is a standard practice in coding also. For every code they write, they have to, it is standard practice. Write why you are writing this code, why you have taken this step. Why? Because then only you can say it is legible by, it can be understandable, it is understandable by anybody. Just think everybody less intelligent than you yourself will do in a way that it will attract complete marks, because your teacher must understand whatever you have written. तो स्टेप वाइज लिखेंगे, फाइनल आंसर को बॉक्स में डालिए, because presentation is very much important. If the person who is trying to understand your answer could not understand whatever you have done, even your answer is right, he might think that you have asked this answer from somebody sitting near to you and you don't know how to solve this question. Even you know how to solve this question, still he will think that you don't know how to solve this question. How will he know? Sometimes I have seen this, the good student who perform very well in JEE examination, JEE means they get 100 out of 100 in mathematics, for example. But in boards, they're not getting 100 out of 100 in mathematics. How it is possible? How it is possible? I'm sure his mathematics is very good, because if somebody is getting 100 out of 100 in JEE mains, the reason he know how to solve the question, but he does not know how to present the solution. Presentation is also very much important. Na? Only giving solution is not important. How you present your solution, it is very much important. And this is the world of presentation here. You are living in the era of presentation. On YouTube, if somebody wants to tell that 75% of the corporate employees are not happy, he'll say in this manner 75% of corporate employees are not happy. It will not appeal. Because you have to understand the audience also. Na? In the same way, you have to understand the examiner who is checking your notebook. If we start this key, there is a girl, Ria, who is puzzled, who is depressed, who is taking medicine of anxiety, and is working in a very big corporate, and it is the condition of 75% of the employees, then it has an appeal. So your answer, your presentation must have an appeal. You have to tell you what key formula you have used. You have to explain why you are doing this step. You have to say that if I divide equation 1 with equation 2, the answer will be this. So you have to do these things. Your diagram must be clear if there is a diagram required in this, with that particular question. Your diagram must be good. ऐसे गुचुर मुचुर कर दिया, ये ऐसे बना दिया, तुम्हें तो दिख रहा है, पर उसे नहीं आ रहा ना यार. So what is the thumb rule for this? Assume that the person who is checking your answer sheet is not as intelligent as you are. So you have to explain him everything neatly, clearly. So this is the way you have to mark your answers. This is the way you have to mark your answers. And you're going in right direction or not, because it is very much important. Sometimes somebody's trying to say something, I can... Last page. Varun is asking, Varun is asking two questions. First of all, he's asking what we have to do. We have to solve long answers first or short answer. In my opinion, you have to answer short answer first because it will give you confidence. And there are fair enough chances of them being right if you have studied at least averagely. And never ever show rough work in the part which is being presented to teacher. Do it in the last page and cut it finally that this is the rough work, right? Mention this is rough work. Or if you want to do it right there, then make it clear by a line, this is a rough work, and cut it because he might get confused. He might check that part also. So make this thing very clear. This is the rough work. I'm not attempting this. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Don't see it. Tell him now. I have told you this and assume that the person is not smart as you are. He will not understand by himself that this is your rough work. Clearly cross this rough work if you're doing in that page. But my advice is don't do at the place where you are solving proper, where you're giving proper solution. Don't do rough work there. Don't do cutting, a lot of cutting. If it is mandatory, then obviously you have to cut. I'm not saying it is going to make some harm, but clearly cut this thing. It has to be explicit. Everything you are written must be explicit. There must be no confusion in your presentation. Mind it. There must be no confusion in the presentation. Now I'm saying that you are going in right direction or not, then you have to do the regular assessment and you have to see you are progressing or not. You can give multiple tests. You can take 10 questions, odd questions, and give a test, set an alarm. You can, bi-weekly, you can give a complete mathematics test or board level or JEE Mains level and see how you are scoring in this particular subject. You can score 100 out of 100 in mathematics. There is कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होगा कि नहीं आ सकते. Anybody can get 100 out of 100. You have to be, first of all, you have to understand the subject. I have told you how to deal with subject, how to practice subject. And the second thing is that after understanding subject, your presentation must be neat and clean so that the examiner can understand that you understand. Because he is dumber. He's dumb. ऐसा मान के चलिए. So how to revise everything? You have to, all the formulas, all the concepts must be written in the form of short notes. I have taken this short note from S. Chand's Rapid Revision Program because I've seen them in their book. It is written very clearly, very explicitly. Everything is written, and it is exclusive and exhaustive. It means it covers everything and no repetition at all. It covers everything. Exhaustive means it covers everything. Exclusive means it is not repetitive, which is the fundamental line of probability. The events has to be exclusive and exhaustive. So they have taken all the short notes very well. So read it regularly. Read them regularly. Chirag, as you ask if your steps are correct and finally you have done some kind of miscalculation and all steps are clearly mentioned, then believe me, if your presentation is good, examiner, actually it is entirely up to examiner, but 99% human psyche works in a way, they will give you step marks for that. They will give you, even you are not getting the correct answer. Even this happened with me in the JEE Advanced examination. I was thinking after writing JEE Advanced examination in my time, because that time it was subjective, that I'm not going to get admission in IIT, but I got a 368 rank just because my steps were correct. I was puzzled at that time. I don't know, as a student, I could not cope up at that time with the pressure and I did not solve it properly. But I got marks. Vicky, that's why I said कि you have to practice, you have to have a habit of giving exam. You become blank because there is a pressure on you, because uh, problem solving is become secondary, the result become primary in your mind. You are worried about what will happen in your result. Are you going to get marks or not? What will your father will say? What your teacher will say? If will I pass exam? Will I not pass exam? There a lot of tension is there. Mathematics can be solved by a calm mind only. You have to be calm and composed to solve good question in mathematics better. I've seen this short note. I have told you that you have to, these short notes must be handy to you. Read them regularly, daily read them. Every day read जो भी chapters आपके complete हो गए हैं, read short notes of those chapters daily. टाइम निकाल के, सुबह उठ के, स्कूल में, ब्रेक में, कहीं पर भी वो शॉर्ट नोट्स पढ़िए, पन्ने रखिए अपने पास, फाड़ लीजिए रैपिड रिवीजन से, बट रीड देम रेगुलरली. Yes, Vicky, of course you can do. Of course you can do. Of course you can do. First of all, in any of your presentation, it should not be dicey, it should not be unclear. Anything you are doing must be clearly mentioned. Sometimes what happened, some students solve 5A in here and 5B somewhere, then they have to mention in the proper handwriting that the second part I am doing, because later they realize that they can solve 5B, but there is no space there near 5A. For example, there are two parts in a long answer type question. And later they realize कि यार वो मैंने गलत किया था 5B, मुझे दोबारा करना, पर वहां तो पेज है नहीं, तो आपने बाद में किया, तो आप लिखिए कि यहां पर लिखिए, नोट लिखिए प्रॉपरली, डब्बे में डाल के, बॉक्स में डाल के कि सर मैंने 5B उधर कर रखा है, प्लीज चेक. और वहां पे भी लिखिए ये 5B है, मैंने चेक कर रखा है, मैंने कर रखा है. यही आपने कहा ना कि विकी, प्रॉब्लम इसलिए है क्योंकि बेटा आपको आदत नहीं है. गिव मोर एग्जाम्स. अपने आप को स्कूल में दे रहे हैं तो ठीक है, कोई टेस्ट है आपका सही है, इसके अलावा आप खुद के टेस्ट बना के हमेशा सवालों को ऐसे करिए. व्हेनेवर यू आर सॉल्विंग एक्सरसाइज, गिव टाइम टू योरसेल्फ कि 10 मिनट्स 5 क्वेश्चंस, 20 मिनट्स 15 questions, something like this. Always try to solve the question in this good. Never see answers before attempting all the set what you have seen. Because sometimes you see the answer and then you say, अच्छा 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 हाँ यही तो करना था. This is not at all good practice. Solve the question completely. Take 10 question set. Try to solve them in a limited time. And then see what you have done right, wrong. And then analyze it. Then give half an hour for those questions which you cannot solve. Understand them well so that next time you're not going to do those mistakes. Mistakes हर आदमी करता है, पर रिपीट मिस्टेक करता है वो बेवकूफ होता है. एक मिस्टेक एक बार करो, घर पे ही कर लो ना. सारा फंबल करना, डर लगना, डिप्रेशन आना, सब घर पे ही कर लो ना, एग्जाम में नहीं होगा. Understand the language clearly. There are some examples I have taken. There are very good questions of JEE Main, which they have hand-picked questions, which are very, very important for board examination. I really appreciate this, Shan, for this. They have hand-picked some questions from JEE Mains, which are relevant, which can be there in the examination. Obviously, you need experience to do these kind of work. And they did well. So you can definitely refer to their book, Rapid Revision Program, if you want. Otherwise, whatever you are following, you can do that. I mean, you can ask your teacher also. But I've gone through these questions and I found them very accurately placed. Because sometimes there are questions in JEE Mains and Advanced which are out of the world. Nobody can dare to ask in board examination. Yeah. Nobody can dare to ask them board examination. So you can definitely. So this is, I'm talking about this book. You can definitely take this book. दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव ऑलरेडी एरर्स रिवाइज, अपने गलतियां रिवाइज करिए। रियल एग्जाम कंडीशन, वही मैंने कहा ना कि हर समय 10 मिनट का काम लेकर आप अपना 10 मिनट, 15 मिनट, 20 मिनट, 25 मिनट, पर उस समय डिस्टर्ब मत होइए। दुनिया इधर से उधर आ जाए, हो जाए भूकंप, आ जाए अर्थक्वेक, आ जाए पानी गिर जाए, चाय गिर जाए, 10 मिनट तो 10 मिनट लगा के करिए अपने सवाल पर। 15 मिनट, छोटे छोटे समय को, हमेशा काम को इस तरह से करने की कोशिश करिए। यस, एनसीईआरटी को फॉलो करना ही चाहिए आपको। रैपिड रिवीजन बुक मैंने आपको बताई है। यू कैन टेक ऑनलाइन टेस्ट सीरीज, देयर इज अ लिंक गिवन। तो ऑनलाइन टेस्ट सीरीज आप ले सकते हैं। इफ यू डोंट नो हाउ टू, वेयर टू फाइंड द करेक्ट क्वेश्चन, द नेक्स्ट चांस इज देयर हु कैन हेल्प यू in getting the good test series. But that's how I want to end up my interaction with you, and I believe that you guys are going to rock. Just be selfish. Three rules. Three rules. Selfish, अपने डाउट्स पूछो। शेमलेस, डरो मत कोई तुम्हारे बारे में क्या बोलेगा, घटिया डाउट है, अच्छा डाउट है। एंड हैप्पी, because I've never seen in my life a sad student got selected in any exam like JEE and NEET. So you have to be happy, my beta. Three rules, just follow three rules. And love mathematics if you want to excel in mathematics. Don't hate it. If you hate it, no. If you can lose marks for steps if you are not writing the mandatory step. Then how would I know that you are cheating from somebody else or you are solving yourself? Don't miss a step, na. Just first, मैंने बोला ना यार तुम्हें, assume that guy is not intelligent enough. If you miss, because if I teach students, if I miss, I can solve the question directly. This is the answer, B is the answer. Will it work for a student? Obviously not. So, because they are here to understand. In the same way, your examiner, the person who is checking your notebook is there to understand. Just assume this. You are the teacher, you have to tell every step. Yes, you should use, I suggest that you should use a new page for the every section. I strongly suggest for this. Clarity in presentation is very much important, beta. Clarity in presentation is very much important. Don't give a single chance to that person to get confused. Don't give a single chance to him. परोस दो उसके सामने सब कुछ ऐसे कि भाई साहब ये लीजिए, सब क्लियरली सॉर्टेड रखा हुआ है। You yourself will not like anywhere जहां पे सब कुछ अनऑर्गेनाइज पड़ा हुआ है। तुम गए वहां पर, सेल जब होती है देखते होंगे आप, वेस्ट साइड में सेल लगी है, कचरा बन गया वहां पे, लोग लूटपाट मचा रहे हैं वहां पे, सब एकदम घुसा पड़ा है, आपको ढूंढने पे नहीं मिल रहा है। यू विल नॉट फील गुड अबाउट इट। If everything is organized properly, you know which section is which, where you'll get what. You will love to be there. Why Netflix is better OTT than other? Because it is very, very, very well organized. You feel good about it when you see movie on Netflix. At last, I have told you about these books. Definitely you can register for this quiz. Quiz will start from tomorrow 10 a.m. and you can scan this QR code. Ma'am has already told you. And please be happy and be selfish and love mathematics. You're going to rock in your life, मेरे बच्चों. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Bye रहेगा सभी को. Enjoy your life if you find it enjoyable. Otherwise, make it, because the most important thing in life is to be happy. Bye. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a wonderful session. And that brings us to the end of session 2 of the day. Thank you, Animus sir, for guiding us through this wonderful subject, which has so much formulas, concepts, and clarity. We hope everyone is walking away with stronger strategies and a clearer understanding on how to approach these new guidelines. But we are not done yet. Up next, Mr. V. Vasan will take you through Class 12 Commerce, sharing smart techniques to help you tackle even the trickiest questions with ease. And a quick reminder, subject-wise quizzes will go live on August 8th, that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. with exciting Amazon vouchers for top scorers. Stay with us, the next session will begin shortly.